Welcome to RX for Rest, the podcast that takes sleep seriously, and pharmacy even more so. I'm Adrian and together with Gareth Evans, we explore how better sleep starts on the high street. This podcast is for healthcare professionals. It is designed to inform discussion, not to provide clinical guidance or individual medical advice. Always refer to current guidelines and use your professional judgment. Hello and welcome back to RX for Rest. I'm Adrian and I'm joined by the president of the BSPSS, Gareth Evans, live from his pharmacy. Look, real authentic.
Live from Wansford Pharmacy. Hi Adrian, hi again.
Hi. I'm good, how are you?
Yep, very good. Yep,
okay,
nice busy day as always, but yeah, always time to do a bit of a talk about sleep.
Fantastic. So tell me, Gareth, what do you do? A patient presents, they walk in with a sleep problem. How does it work? What do you do?
Yeah, so let's give a whistle-stop tour of what we've been kind of pioneering from Wansford Pharmacy. So yeah, just outside Peterborough. We've got a couple of avenues in terms of how we get these patients. So like you say, Adrian, what happens if someone just presents? We've got two avenues. We've got people that are just presenting at the counter. I think the most important thing is just one simple question. We just get staff, myself, everyone primed to ask the question, do you snore? That's an important thing for most consultations that might have some relevance with sleep issues. And with the training that we get through the BSPSS, then it makes it even more comfortable to have those conversations and to instigate them. But I will say that through the work I've been doing with the local GPs is doing a bit of education with them, giving them some CPD minutes, hours, whatever it might be, to educate them in what we can do. So we do get now formal referrals as well. So that might come off the back of, say, mental health questionnaires that are being done as routine in the GP surgery. And that can be formalised through the Pharmacy First service, particularly the CPCS. In which case, they can be referred.
Sleep difficulties, isn't it?
Yeah. Broad term sleep difficulties, which is great. So, it means the surgery, the reception team don't have to be precise. They can just identify anyone with any sleep difficulty and formally refer it through to community pharmacy.
And it means that there's money.
That helps everyone. Because as we know, pharmacy's under pressure. It always is. And it's really bad at the moment. Pharmacies are struggling.
It might not be a lot of money, but that's a little bit of money that comes from the NHS.
Absolutely, and for these conversations. Yeah. So, and then what we do is we discuss what we can do. So, through the BSPSS, we have been trying to move this forward, haven't we, with the NHS? So we have to put it in there that this is a private service that we're offering at the moment. So the patient needs obviously to be informed of that. As part, especially with the formalised referral process, if the patient hears what we can do and decides not to go through that formal process at the private, it's a choice, then we can give help, education, and still do a semblance of signposting. We're just not going to know more than we do with the private service. So with the private service, we sit down, utilise the consultation room as we do now. We always use the consultation room. That's where we are now. And so, what we do is sit down and we have a brief discussion just to elicit a little bit of information from them. And then we would use Snora Pharmacy, which is a computer decision tool, medical decision tool to elicit the right information about sleep.
Full disclosure, it's mine. I made it. So
that's it. We've got to utilise what we've got. And through the BSPSS, we're always welcoming other partners on board as well. So
absolutely,
let's throw that out there. But what we do is we utilise that. It's 27 standardised questions that elicit the right information in the language that sleep people understand. So what we want to do is ask these questions, so a variety of questions about medical history, daytime sleepiness, etc. And the algorithm that's used then produces a report and an outcome that tells us which healthcare professional is most appropriate to be signposted or referred to.
For the podcast, I'm moving my hands in signposting directions. Okay, so as in you go that way and you go that way.
So yeah, so I mean, if we're looking at sleep apnea, then according to NICE guidance, then we've got a differentiation between primary snoring, low grade potential for sleep apnea,
No
or
comorbidities.
or moderate to severe sleep apnea, and that is then split between signposting to I'd say a local sleep trained dentist. So they're specially trained dentists in sleep, but they are a little bit like gold dust. So the patients do have to maybe travel a little way, or the local sleep clinic, and that
It is worth it. So
yeah.
I'm not in the dental game, but I was. But it is worth it going to see a sleep trained dentist, and that sleep trained dentist should be in a position to prescribe a number of devices, which is most appropriate, rather than just here's a device like it. Yeah, so yeah, that's for the patient information. But yeah,
and definitely not a boil and bite. Well, I think it's important for education. It's good information for training and purposes for healthcare professionals. The boil and bite over the counter devices are just not good. They can cause, but we can get to that on another.
That's a whole different story. We'll get to another day.
We can get to that. So yeah, I mean, we get to this stop point with the report. So the patient gets a copy of the report. With their permission, we can add it to their medical records via the GP, furnish the GP with that information. Now, like I say, we can either signpost to a sleep trained dentist according to NICE guidelines for like I say, low grade, no comorbidities, snoring,
primary snoring,
mild potential for sleep apnea. And we have to put it in there that we cannot diagnose, nor can the GP. That's what we're needing to do is refer to the most appropriate person. If there's any semblance of need for further interpretation, shall I put it? So with the training, this is not robotic. This is not this is not binary. So at the end of the day, there's an interpretation that's needed. So the training allows myself as a pharmacist to get that report, talk to the patient, understand the individual in front of me, and then to say, right, okay, this is what the report says. We can then just do this. Or it might be that I would then recommend, because of maybe a lack of information, maybe contradictory information for maybe the roboticisms of referral to a sleep clinic. Again, we can get to some of that more intricate detail in another podcast. But there are times where it is warranted to do extra investigation.
You've got to use your head. Use your head. The tool is just a tool.
So and that's with where education, a sleep test.
Yeah, with education, use the tool and then use your noodle.
And that's where a home sleep test comes. So I can see it just behind my head.
There we go. There's some up there. Oh, look.
So these are my demo devices because they're single-use devices. We're not going to go into detail here, but at least we can show.
For the YouTube version, if you're listening to this, go to the YouTube version and you'll see it.
Sunrise device. So this is a neat little device that sticks on the chin.
Not if you're hairy.
I will.
Yep.
And it elicits lots and lots of sleep information, and that allows us to get more data and more screening, especially for sleep apnea. And then we've also got WatchPat 1 device, again, single-use device. There's a watch device that you wear on the wrist.
You strap it on the wrist.
You've got the finger cot, and you have a chest sensor.
Like a thimble, goes over the end of the forefinger.
And yep, this is another device that can elicit information for sleep apnea. But I tend to use these as well if we get patients with, as a conversation develops, if we've got maybe conversations around, say, restless legs, night terrors.
More than a snoring
information.
Issue. Questions are asked.
And then we get the data. With data, we can again furnish a GP with the right information and give a really nice, robust referral to the sleep clinic if it's needed.
Or progresses the patient.
Or I will say, substantiates maybe conflicting information that means that we don't need to send that patient. So if these devices pick up information to say, no, this is not as serious as we may have potentially interpreted.
So it's a quality referral.
We can then refer those patients that need it, but also don't refer those patients that don't need it, and they can be signposted elsewhere for further help.
Optimising use of finite secondary care resource. Perfect. On that note,
absolutely.
I think we're there for today.
That's it. That's a nice whistle-stop tour.
That's a
of what
lovely one. And we can come back to, there's lots of avenues to us to continue exploring in future ones.
Absolutely.
All right, on that note, take care and do subscribe and follow us on all your favourite platforms. Take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye for now.
That's it for this episode of RX for Rest. We hope it's given you something to think about or even sleep on. If you enjoyed it, tap follow and share it with someone in pharmacy who's ready to take sleep seriously. And if you've got thoughts, questions, or just want to be part of the conversation, then join us on LinkedIn. Come find us. See you next time.